This
Okay,
is
so I'll have to
very
start
bad
right away
number.
because your friends are late. Maybe they're having a problem with the internet connection as usual. But today, guys, we'll have an introduction on lesson 3 in this chapter. So, lesson 3, you will know about it because it's already talking about the rock cycle, and you already know the types of rocks, and you already know the conditions to turn rocks into different, types. Like what type does make igneous rock? What type does it make the sedimentary rock? Yes, yes, are they raising your hand? Yes, are they
No,
you
miss.
raising your
No,
hand?
no, no.
Okay, so it was a mistake. Okay. So just let's do a recap on the previous 2 lessons. So the first lesson was about the minerals. Okay, if you guys remember them and how to identify minerals and streak, cluster. Do you guys remember this?
Yes.
Okay, this is your book, by the way.
I know.
We learned different minerals and how we can identify them, Mohs hardness scale, and the special properties or unique properties like being magnetic or, double image or being fluorescent. And then in lesson 2, we learned about the types of rocks and how they are formed, if you guys still remember this. So we learned about the igneous rock and how this rock is formed from the magma or the melted rocks. And we have 2 types. We have extrusive and intrusive. Just let me move this one in here. So let me zoom into this. Okay, so we learned that it could be, as I said, intrusive or extrusive. Okay, and
Yeah.
intrusive means inside the earth, which will take longer time to cool down, so it will cause crystals to be made, like granite.
Crystals to be bigger.
Yes, guys. Those 2 rocks in front of you now, those 2 rocks in front of you, basically they are made up of the same minerals, but one of them cooled so fast, and one of them took time to cool down. Okay.
So, sorry, Miss Nuha, but I
Miss,
had
can
a
I
bad
ask you
connection.
something? Will we answer study sheet or no?
Today, no. Guys, we already answered the
Miss,
study sheet, the worksheet, I'm sorry, yesterday.
Yes.
Are you
Naomi,
talking about the study sheet or a worksheet? Because you said, are we going to answer a study sheet? How can we answer a study
I
sheet?
want he want to
I
ask
mean,
a revision sheet or something like this.
You what?
Miss, I'm sorry, but I
I
had a
mean
bad
Yes, ya
a
Amr.
connection.
revision
Yes, yes,
sheet.
Amr. I can hear you. Yes, it's okay, Habibi. I know. I just told your friends that maybe some of you guys are facing problem with the internet. That's why you were late.
Yes,
It's okay. It's okay. We just started, Aslan.
because
We were talking before you came. We just started.
because the absentees also.
It's okay. It's okay. I take all the names at the end of the session, so everyone will be there.
Okay, Miss.
Okay. So what I was saying, ya Amr, is that those 2 rocks in front of you, both of them are made up of the same minerals, but one of them cooled so fast, and one of them took time to cool down. Of course, obviously, guys, which one do you think cooled faster? Was it the one?
The upper one,
One that is above.
Yes,
The one on the
the
top.
above.
the one on the
The one on
top. Yes,
the
it
top.
cooled a lot faster. That's why it doesn't have any crystals. Well, they could have crystals, or they could have no crystals, actually.
Miss,
All
is the one that has
crystals.
a lot of crystals and big crystals. Is it granite?
Yes, this is granite. Yes.
Is it
Just
granite
let
or
me.
granite?
It
I
could be
just
called
wanna.
the same. يعني ممكن نقول granite and we can say granite. Both of bring the same meaning. But just can you guys see the difference in here in the structure of the rocks? In this one you can see each mineral that makes it. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yes. So we learned about the igneous rock and how it made, and it's made up again of melted magma that cools down and turns into a rock, which we call igneous rock. If I said magma, that means that this rock is made under the ground, which means it's intrusive, igneous rock. And if I said it's made up of a melted lava, it means that
Extrusive.
it's
So
extrusive.
it's exclusive, not intrusive.
Yes. So in here, guys, we have some examples of some rocks. I will mention them again later in this session. So we have basalt,
But
okay, oh, basalt, yes,
did
and we have obsidian. Obsidian is so beautiful. I mean, it's one of my favorite colors. Can you see it? This one
Yeah.
on the right. And we also
It's
have
like galaxy.
Miss, but
bionic
it looks
is the black stone I'm telling you guys about اللي هو الحجر الأسود. This one people use to exfoliate the dead skin.
Yes.
the
Yes,
Miss,
or to
Human.
that's
yes,
the
yes. Someone
opposite
is
look
guys. Saying miss will not يعني allow you to talk because I have to permit you to talk. But saying miss actually will make your friends will make it hard for your friends to hear me, and it will make it harder for me to hear you. So please raise your hand if you want to say anything. Yes, Danahi.
Miss is obsidian
Yes.
is it looks burned. Is it only black or
Well,
does have
it's kind of a dark purple, like really dark purple.
Miss.
yeah, it
Uh,
Yeah.
looks burned.
yes.
Does it have another other colors?
No.
I believe it does. No, I believe it does. But like
Miss
mainly,
is under the ground or
what do you
But
think?
Miss
What do you think from its shape? What do you think it's where do you think it's
above the ground because it doesn't have a lot of crystals.
yes, it looks smooth, Yauday. So if it looks smooth, that means maybe it has small crystals or no crystals at all. And if it doesn't have any
okay.
crystals or small crystals, that makes it one of the rocks that cool down really fast. And you can find those on the surface of the earth. Okay. Guys, do you know that
Miss.
obsidian used to be used in surgeries, like in old times, before, of course, they had all the instruments to use for
And
surgery. Like surgeons used to use to make blades out of obsidian and use it to cut through surgeries.
really?
Yes, because actually it was it made really sharp pieces and it's really strong, so they used to use it to cut things with. Okay, so
But it
Miss, do
can't
you
cut
know that
diamonds.
they make watches out of obsidian?
yes,
They make watches out of obsidian.
Hand watch.
they made
Maybe they have
blades with it.
And
blade.
sometimes blade.
Blades,
Sorry.
يعني guys, like
Sword.
the instruments
Power.
surgeons used in making surgery in cutting the skin. They used to make
Okay.
blades with this one. Okay, so you have here 4 examples of it. Then we have gabbro, or this type of rock is actually used in making concrete. Do you know concrete?
Is it intrusive? It's intrusive.
Yes.
Yes, it's intrusive. Yes. Okay,
Miss, I
guys.
want to
So
say something.
yes,
The obsidian is, it looks like it made in galaxy.
yeah.
Miss
As I was saying, it's so beautiful. Yes, it's one of
Miss
my favorite
concrete.
colors, actually. Okay.
Concrete is a clothing brand.
Ah, yes, the one that makes tuxedos for men, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Now, but here we mean by concrete, it's the concrete we use in buildings. Okay.
Okay.
Now we also learned about the sedimentary rocks, and we said that those rocks are made up of sediments or small pieces of rocks that are formed into layers, and with time they are cemented together or they are glued together, and then they hard and form a rock. We have different example of here. So we have here conglomerate, and conglomerate, you can see that it contains some pebbles in it. Can you see that?
Yes.
See pebbles. Can you see them? Yes,
Yes.
along with some sand. We also have the sandstone, which is the most famous type of rock. This is this one on the right. This is only made up of sand. It's of course sedimentary rock. We also have shale, and shale is
Okay.
sedimentary rock made up of tiny dust-sized pieces, and that's why it looks as if it's an igneous rock. Like some people can
Yes.
look at shale and think it's an igneous because it's really hard. It doesn't look like any. It's not made up of sediments. Like you don't think it's made up of sediments, but actually it's made up of sediments, but they are like as size as dust, so they are so small. Okay, that you know, when they are gathered together and cemented together, you think that it's really hard and it's not made up of sediments. And then we have limestone, and limestone is one of the rocks that is usually formed in oceans and seashells. You can يعني see it in those things. Okay, and this one actually can dissolve in acidic water. So they can dissolve.
Miss, can I say something?
Yes, عمرو.
طرافي.
Not عبد الرحمن.
صراحة. Guys, I'm sorry, guys. I get confused between your two voices because they kind of look the same in the Zoom meeting. Yes, يا تناحي.
Okay.
Yes.
The Koji. Wait, Okay, no problem. Miss, the first rock of the cemetery, what was its name? Congenital or something like that.
Conglomerate?
Yeah, I saw. I have a building that was. It had them
Yes.
beside my house,
Mhm.
and it had a lot of rocks that looks like this.
Yes, I mean, conglomerate is one of the things you can see it literally anywhere. Yeah, so it's one of the famous things. The conglomerate and sandstone. You can see both of them. But yes, I can see a lot of those in buildings because people use it actually in building.
Yeah.
So in here, guys, he's showing you a picture of how some rocks can actually dissolve with water with time. You will learn about this more in grade 7. This is actually what type of weathering. We call it chemical weathering. It happens when acidic groundwater actually dissolve some minerals. So we'll not move into these details right now because we need to move a little bit faster today. And then we learned about the metamorphic rock, and we said that this rock is made up when there is huge heat and pressure that can change one type of rock into a whole new type of rock, but without melting it. Again, guys, so the heat is big, but it's not as as high as if it can melt the rock, because if the rock melted in this case, it's not a metamorphic anymore. It's going to be an igneous rock.
Igneous rock.
Yes, that's right. We also have some types of it. We have, for example, one of the rocks that makes it really confusing for us to know. Yes, Habiba, you're raising your hand.
Yes, miss.
Yes.
I have in igneous rocks. I have the rock that is called pumice.
The called what?
That they smooth with it their skin.
I can't hear you, sweetie.
The rock that they smooth with it their skin.
They smooth your skin with the pumic rock.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Most of us have it in their homes actually, and especially older people because they used to use it to smooth
Miss, I have granite.
skin. Yes,
I have granite.
Yes, yeah. Well done. But guys, one of the rocks that can actually, thank you, Habiba, and thank you all day for sharing it with us. But one of the rocks that can really be so confusing is gneiss. This one on the right, it's called gneiss, but starts with G actually, but G is silent, so it's called gneiss.
Genus.
Miss, it looks
Yes, it's
so
not called genus, it's called gneiss actually. The G is silent, but yeah, you guys know what I mean. But in here, guys, it looks like sedimentary rock because it's made up of layers. So sometimes
Yes.
yeah.
it's confusing. It needs, more expert to
Miss, but it looks
know
cool.
the difference between them. We also have the chest, which is a type of rock. Also, it's made up of different rocks, like the sandstone. The sandstone, this sandstone from the sedimentary rock. This one, can you see it on the right?
Yeah.
Yes.
When this
Miss,
one it goes under heat and pressure, it turns into chest. This one here, the one on the
but
left.
how,
Yes,
Miss,
can you
how,
see how it changed? How totally changed?
Miss, but how only one rock changed to another rock.
Because of the heat and
Only one
pressure.
rock. No, but it was the orange changed to black and white.
What black and white, sweetie?
This chest. It was orange at the beginning and it changed to this chest. It's gray, I think.
You mean the colors?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it still looks like sand, but it's a little bit shiny now, so you feel it's gray. It's just because it's a
Yeah.
little bit shiny now, but still looks like sand. But it feels like as if sand, kind of got into like one
Miss
Yes.
Nice was a sedimentary rock. Then it
No, actually,
was
it's
a sedimentary
granite.
rock.
It's a granite or granite. It turned into a metamorphic rock. So no, it wasn't actually sedimentary, but it looks like if it's a sedimentary rock.
But it wasn't a sedimentary.
No, it was actually an igneous rock. But with a lot of pressure turns into those. We also have
Metamorphic.
quartzite or quartz. Quartz came from quartz, of course. We have slate. This slate, the one on the left in here,
What's that?
pointing at. This one is used to make the roofs of homes because it's hard and it doesn't allow water to move through it. So we use it to make a lot of roofs.
Miss, I heard the word slate this before.
You what?
I heard the word slate before.
Because I mentioned it before. Okay, guys. So today we're going to have an introduction on the rock cycle. What do you mean by rock cycle?
I think I know.
Okay. Let's just move into the different types of rocks first. So in this picture, guys, you can see that there are many types of rocks, and each one has its own use. So here we have, for example, a sandstone. This is how it looks like. Okay, if I zoomed into it, you'll see it's made up of some layers. This is marble, and marble is a metamorphic rock. Okay, you can see how shiny it is. It's they make statues with, and so hard actually to reshape. This is granite, and granite is made up of crystals
Igneous.
because it's an igneous rock. It's because it's an igneous rock. Yes, guys, well done. And here we have this type of
Limestone.
Metamorphic. No.
limestone is not metamorphic. It's a sedimentary rock.
Sedimentary rock because
Yes,
it
it
I
has
is.
didn't
layers.
read the name.
Yeah.
I said it from its shape.
Yeah, from the shape. No, it's actually sedimentary.
Basalt.
Basalt, it's
It's
made up of
igneous.
crystals, so it's an
It's
igneous rock.
igneous.
Yes, well done, guys. That's good. That's good. So you can see now some of them contain crystals, other don't. This is slate.
Metamorphic.
Slate is
Metamorphic.
yes, it's a metamorphic. Well done. It's kind of like you feel it's smooth. They cut it into different different. We can say. Sorry, guys, I lost the word. It's easily to be cut into sheets, and that's why they make it again for making roofs. So here he's saying some examples of the sedimentary, metamorphic, and igneous, and how each one differs from another. Just let's move a little bit faster. Here's are the sedimentary rock we were talking about. Those are the famous types. Do you know chalk is the one they use to make chalk, actually, from the same word. Okay,
Used to make what?
chalk with it.
What?
Chalk.
Talc?
Can you guys see this one?
Chalk.
Yeah, chalk.
Yes,
The one
yes,
we write
chalk.
with on the blackboard.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Yes. It's even the same name as a rock. It still carries the same name. We guys learned also that sedimentary rock is one of the rocks that we basically see a lot of fossils in them. It's easy to see fossils in them. And as we move up in the layers, we can see the younger or the new layers, because again, guys, the layers of the sedimentary rocks down there, they must be older than the layers over them, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
because they are digged under them. That
Yes.
means that they are dead before them.
Yes, and because the new layers will be formed over the older ones. Okay, in here you can see the older.
Miss, it says happy 60 millionth birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And happy 30 million day.
Can you guys see how the new layers, they deposit over the old one? What do you mean by
Yes.
deposit, actually? To be settled. When I say
Yeah.
deposits, it means settles, like fall
Settled.
down. That's the word depossession.
Yes.
Okay, we'll learn
Comes from
about
the
it
word
later in
deposition.
the rock cycle. We'll learn about it later in the rock cycle, guys. So this is how fossils can be found in the sedimentary rock.
This animal is
Okay.
منقرض.
Yes. Yes, I know. That's why I said it's fossil. Well done. But guys, I have to move a little bit faster. Now in here you can identify some of these rocks. Can you guys say what do you think is number 3, for example?
limestone.
Limestone.
I think it's
No,
limestone
sand.
or
No,
sandstone?
sandstone.
Sandstone.
Yes,
Sandstone,
it is
yes.
sandstone.
Look, have
And the
Sandstone.
number 4 is
Sandstone.
actually
mudstone.
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 yeah, so it's made up of mud. Do you know the mud?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Soil.
Darker.
Miss
And
Mom,
the
look,
next
it
one
looks the
is
same
the
color as
shell.
mud.
Okay,
It
the
looks
next
as
one,
mud,
chalk.
but
Two
it's
show.
People think it's chalk. And the first
Limestone.
one is
First one,
limestone.
limestone.
Are you guys sure now?
Limestone.
Are you sure about this?
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, let me check now the answers. Yes, well done, guys. Okay, now the metamorphic rock, and we said that those are formed when they go on great heat and pressure. So, for example, here, guys, on the left, you can see how the grains
Metaform.
look like. This is how the grains used to look like on the left. After being under heat and
Metamorphic.
pressure, can you guys see how the grains
The difference.
change shape?
How the what?
Yes.
And then with more
Yes,
grains,
this
the
is
crystals
the crystals.
or the
Yes.
grains, how they change their shape with time.
When
Yes.
we
And
use the
more
more heat and the more precious.
Yes, they make even more layers. Can you see that?
Yes.
They change
Yeah.
with heat. So now you guys understand. Can you imagine now how?
Yes, they get small until they make more crystals.
Well, we're not talking about crystals. I'm talking about the major shape. Now, can you imagine how the heat and pressure can change the rock?
Yes.
Yes. So this is one of the examples of the metamorphic rock. We have marble, we have slate, and some of them called soapstone. So marble, of course, basically, as I told you guys, it's made to make extremely beautiful statues, but it's really hard to
Fine.
actually
Broke it.
shape. I mean, it takes really big strength. This is the slate. This is the slate I was talking about.
Yeah. Does it
Yes.
let any water get in the house?
Yes, so that's why
Of
they
the roof.
make the roofs
They
with it.
make fire. They make camp fire.
Fire, no fireplace. A fireplace.
Okay. Um,
They put this thing for
this is
Santa
the
to get it.
igneous rock, guys. I'm sorry, I'll have to move faster
This is
through
the-
these parts because we already talked about them before. The extrusive, intrusive, and the magma.
Yeah.
We talked about all of this. We also showed how the crystals are made. You guys can go check yesterday's session if you want. Yes, we use igneous rock like granite for making stairs. We
Stairs.
use pumic
Or
I'm sorry,
legs.
pumice rock
legs.
into exfoliating the dead skin because it has fine crystals that help in removing all the dead skin away.
Basalt.
Okay, and we also kind of talked about who is the scientist that studies all of this. We call him the geologist. This is what we call the geologist. Yes,
Geologist.
my tongue is twisting right now. Yeah, and there is a special branch for those scientists that study about volcanoes only, and you can see that we call them volcanologists. Can you see that? Can you see the
Yes.
man standing over
Yes.
the cooling magma? So what is he standing over now? This is magma, but it cooled down.
Igneous.
But can you see the
The
magma
mouth
down
of the
there?
volcano. The mouth of the volcano.
Yeah, that's so scary for me. I believe it's so scary. Okay, so we'll do this one maybe if we still have time at the end of the session, but just I wanted to move to the rock cycle. So what happens during the rock cycle? Let's watch this one. Okay, so rock cycle actually is a continuous process, keeps on happening. So first we need to break down the rocks, which means we weather them, move
Weathering.
them away. Okay, some rain, wind can break the rocks down. After they are broken down, which is a process called weathering. So what do we call weathering again? When I say, what do we mean by weathering? It's
Breaking down rocks.
Breaking down.
right, breaking down rocks into smaller pieces. The smaller pieces of rocks, guys, are called sediments. Sediments, okay? When they start moving, for example, in the water, they will start breaking down into smaller pieces, even more smaller pieces. Yes.
يعني miss in Arabic هيدوبهم.
Well, yes, they are broken down again into more smaller pieces. And they then start forming layers.
Miss,
And
Miss,
yes?
can I ask you something? Is sediments is sand is sediment that is melted in the sea? Like I don't mean melted يعني دابوا في البحر.
The sand?
Yeah.
Well, they don't dissolve like 100%, but some of the minerals making them can dissolve in water, yes. Okay, guys, after this we can move
How?
into... Yes?
How?
How ايه؟ هو ايه اللي
The
how?
water is not that hot to
Well, it doesn't
break
have to be
down the
hot, but I mean, some of the minerals that makes up the sandstone can be dissolvable. Like, they can dissolve in
sandstone
water.
because it's sand.
It's what?
Because it's made out of sand that is pressed and formed a rock, right?
Tanahi, the sandstone, it's still a rock, and rocks are made up of different minerals. Some of the minerals that's making up the sandstone can be or can dissolve in the water. So once we put it in water for many years, it can get or shrinks in size or get smaller because it's part of it is dissolving in the water. If this is what you mean.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, guys. So with
Okay,
time,
thank you.
the igneous rocks, as you guys can see, they the metamorphic rock, I'm sorry, will melt and will turn into igneous rocks, and with time the part of the volcano will break down طبعا, showing the igneous rock underneath. So again, the rock cycle doesn't stop. It's a continuous process. Like the igneous rock can be metamorphic rock, and sedimentary rock can be a metamorphic rock, and so on. But just before that, can you
Miss,
guys guess the labels in here? Like number one, what do you think number one should be?
Number one
number
should
one,
be the volcano gets out the lava.
Yes, Habibi, you have choices in front of you.
Oh.
extrusive, igneous rock, intrusive,
Okay.
magma, metamorphic,
Extrusive.
Okay.
extrusive.
Okay. What about number five?
Number 5, magma.
Magma.
Okay.
Wait.
Number 4.
Magma, yes. Number 4, wait.
Sedimentary.
Intrusive. Yes, sedimentary.
Intrusive
Sedimentary.
igneous.
Are you sure?
Intrusive igneous.
Yes,
Intrusive.
it's intrusive.
Intrusive.
Intrusive igneous because it's closer to the magma
Intrusive.
now. Okay, what about number 3?
This is sedimentary.
Yes,
Sedimentary.
sedimentary. Yes, well done. Yes, sedimentary
Elementary.
rock. And what do you think this one is?
Number 2, metamorphic.
Metamorphic.
Do you think it should be metamorphic or should
Magma.
one
Magma.
be-
Magma.
or no,
Magma.
this one maybe should be intrusive and this one should be metamorphic. Do you think this is right?
Number
Let's
4.
Do you think that's
Metamorphic.
right?
No.
No.
Number 1 is metamorphic.
Number 1 is metamorphic.
Okay. Do you want to check if this is right or wrong?
Yes, we want.
Okay. Well,
Right.
all of them are right. So number 1 is actually extrusive igneous rock because it's found near the mouth of the volcano. Number 2 is closer to the
Intrusive.
surface, but it's still closer to the magma, so that makes it intrusive igneous rock. Sedimentary rocks
But
are basically found on water most of the time, and they are made up of layers. Number 4, metamorphic, it will be down on the earth because it's under great heat and pressure, but it's still not near the magma. Can you see that?
Miss,
Yeah,
but
that's
number
clear.
Miss, but
Okay.
number 2, how? It's intrusive igneous and it's on the surface of the earth.
It's not on the surface of the earth. Look closely. It's not on the surface of the earth. This is the surface of the earth. They are so far from it. Okay?
Yeah, they are done.
Yes.
With
So we will try to complete this sentence,
Below
guys.
the
Again,
letter.
today we're having only an introduction on lesson 3. So this is not all of lesson 3. This is just an introduction. So we have only 3 minutes. So let's try to solve these sentences together, okay? Okay?
Okay.
So when molten magma, which means melted magma also, on or close to the surface of the earth. When molten magma is what? What do you think should we use from the words down there?
Transported.
Yes?
Transported.
Are you sure transported?
Quivering.
What about solidifies?
Solidified.
I said it.
Okay, solidifies. Okay. Under the ground on the Earth's surface, what type of rocks are made now?
Igneous.
Igneous.
Igneous, yes, well done. Igneous rocks. Okay, number 2. Rocks on the surface, on the Earth's surface, are broken down
By weathering.
by
Weathering.
weathering. Okay.
That involves chemical.
That
This
involves-
weathering involves physical and
Physical
chemical,
Physical.
also
Physical.
biological process, which we will learn about next time. Okay. Number 3, the fragments of rocks. The fragments here, guys, means the sediments or the small pieces of rocks.
Sedimentary. Or sedimentary.
Rock.
Miss, can I answer?
No, listen before. The fragments of rocks are to the sea by rivers, glaciers, and strong winds. They are transported. Yes, that's
Transported.
right. And then they sink to form what rock?
Sedimentary.
Sedimentary. Yes, that's right. Oh, sorry, guys,
Sedimentary.
I moved on. Okay. Now the last one. Over millions of years, heat, pressure, and movement can
Metamorphic.
change them
Metamorphic
into
rock.
metamorphic rock.
Metamorphic.
And then these metamorphic rock can sink deep
Magma.
and melt again to form magma.
Magma.
And the process will continue again. So guys, now we have less than a minute. We have less than a minute. Do you guys have any questions before leaving? So this is how the rock cycle looks like. Can you see?
Miss, we finish
Erosion.
19. We finished 19.
No, Habibi, you only have 40 minutes for the session. 40 minutes only. So you can have 10 minutes as a break and get ready for the next session. Okay. Do you guys have any questions before leaving?
No, thank you, Miss.
You actually only have 5 minutes.
Miss.
Okay, guys. See you inshallah next time.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Bye.
Bye.